Welcome to the Top 10 in 10. This is an overview of what you will find in the TPSD Science Curriculum folders. Choosing the top 10 that you want to be sure you look at. As soon as you get started, please go to our Pacing and Power Standards folder. When you go in there, you'll see our Grade 5 Science Pacing Standards. This has been changed slightly. We have moved a few standards, about 5 over to where they were power standards. These you'll see are highlighted. I have also included some notes on here, so be sure that as you're checking the pacing calendar, that you look and see, what is included in each standard and what you really need to spend some time on. After your pacing calendar, you'll go through and we have your power standards, which these are color-coded. Once again, some things have been underlined or highlighted so that you can see this is, something important. Oh, you need to remember to spiral this all year. This is something that you'll want to print out, and have with you along with your pacing guide. You're also going to see a copy of the CDC guideline classroom support. This is sprinkled all throughout our science curriculum folders, just as a reminder of what we need to be doing with our students as far as to make sure that we're following CDC guidelines. One of the things that has been most helpful to our science teachers in the district has been the calendar. So on your main science page here in our drive, we have the science pacing calendar. If you go there and you click on this and open it, you'll see that we are coming on over. You can come on over to August. We are working on these, and you have like August 10th, here's your main headings. You can click on this. It also shows you some places where you might find some helpful information. Then it shows you with our JumpStart units what you'll be working on, just a one-day activity to get our students ready. You see at the top we have this power standard happens to be spread out for 2 days. Here's one for 3. And then you come on over when it's time for an assessment. We have that noted at the top, as well as here's an assessment, the standard, and then the JumpStart unit that you would be working with that day. As far as jump starts, that is something that is new. We have a JumpStart folder. So when you come here and look, if we go to JumpStart Fiscal Science, which gets us started, we're going to see a must-read folder. Please take time and go through this. It really explains what the JumpStart units are and what they are not. You'll need to have that information in your head when you get started with this. Coming back, if we're to look at here's just a sample of a JumpStart unit with atoms. When you click open there, you have a wealth of information that you can choose from, whatever you feel comfortable with. We have some mystery boxes, some hands-on activities, just some good basic information that's included. When you go back, you're also going to see at the end of every JumpStart just a short 3-question practice item. These are not to the rigor of our state testing. We understand that, because JumpStarts are really just supporting information, getting our kids ready for that 5th grade rigor and, of course, the MAP test. Let's go back here, get back to our science, and let's move over to our screeners. Each of our units is going to have a screener. These are available. They are already on Edulastic. We'll be ready to push those out soon. They're 10 to 11 questions, very short. You'll see we have it noted that it is on Edulastic. We have paper copies as well for those students that need it. And we have included an answer key with the standard and the DOK level. We need to pay a little bit more close attention to the DOK levels of all of our assessments, anything, screeners, anything that we use with our students this year. There again, we have CDC guidelines. If students need to be administered a test one-on-one with paper, guidelines are included right there. We also have included suggested lesson plan template. We know that lesson plans are for the teacher. It's what they need, and within your own building, what your principal would suggest. But we have included this. It's a little different. We have the academic vocabulary that we need for each date. This is just a template, a sample only. Just a reminder of what needs to be in there, as well as CDC guidelines. You will notice that we have included the 5 E's for inquiry-based learning under your Engage, and it just reminds you of what that would be. Your Explore, Explain, lab activities along with guidelines. This scrolls on down. This is an excellent template. Please spend some time looking over that. Now we're at number 6 of our top 10, and we're going to come back and we need to look at our units. These have been in good shape, but we've tweaked them just a little bit. So here is Fiscal Science for Term 1. You'll see at the top of that, there's a reference to the JumpStart unit and that there is a folder in there. You'll see where we have some things that are highlighted. These are your power standards. A reminder that we're using the Inspire Science with McGraw-Hill, and our text is actually in red so that the page numbers are right there for you. I have included academic vocabulary over here, so you've got that handy. If you scroll on down, you will also see academic vocabulary. All of this with the I can statements is what was referenced above, but then we have our verbs. Students must have an understanding of these, spoken routinely in the science classroom, good information, and these links are active. I have checked these, so these are good to go. You just click and you're ready to move on from there. We have included free videos. These are excellent. Our TPSD consultant has looked over these and recommended. You always need to remember you need to preview it before we put it out for our students, but these are excellent. Here's the name of the site, the link, and just some quick notes about it. So you want to check over those. The videos are going to hold these kids' attention 7 to 10 minutes or even shorter with these. You also have your bell ringers. These are the ones that some of you have chosen to use in the past, so we have included them. Once again, we have our CDC guidelines as a reminder. Open your bell ringers, and right now we have the week and the standard. I'll be tweaking this just a little bit to make sure that everything is correct with the week. It will be very easy for you to find and use. And for every bell ringer, we also have included the answer key. That makes that a little bit easier. This folder was done in the past, and we're just tweaking it to update it just a little bit here. Now we're moving into our assessment folders. With the assessment, we have case, which we know our district will be moving to. We have case practices. We have our MAP practice test that we can use. If you look in case, we have been able to get our 1920 case, even though our district didn't use it. We do have their practices, so that is included for us as well. So lots of good information that comes in this assessment folder. We have included the interactive notebook. Whether you decide to use something like this with your classroom or not, there's good information in here. If you scroll down in the grade 5, please think about looking at the table of contents. Whether you use something like this or not, projected on your new line board, consider downloading some of this in Canvas. Food chains, it's what I'm looking at right here. If we come on down, let's find our food chains and what it shows. There are some excellent activities that you would want to use, and they are student friendly and they are parent friendly. If you wanted to come up with something like this and put with our distance learning on Canvas with students, this is something that they could use. You can include the how-to page, include what it's going to look like, what they need, and then food chains. There we go. So this can be used effectively in school or at home. It's parent friendly as well. This concludes our top 10 in 10. We have more of more folders that we did not go through, but I wanted to hold it to 10 minutes or less. So welcome aboard to the top 10 in 10 minutes. It's going to be a fantastic grade 5 science school year, and thank you for being here. See you later.